Welcome back to the 1UP 1Breakdown podcast. I'm Kid Shadow, and this is Charismatic Caston. And today we're talking about Pragmata and the new Bloodborne movie that just got announced.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's a very interesting way that the Bloodborne movies...
I'm not seeing enough charisma.
Charisma?
Yep.
Like, okay, don't chastise for me for this. Is charisma a stat in the game? Oh, fuck, you called me Charismatic Caston. Oh, I'm an idiot.
All right, so...
My bad.
All right, we're going to just drive... We're just going to ignore that. Everything... Okay.
Start again.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, delete the channel.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with the Bloodborne movie. I think I want to talk about that first. We can get to Pragmata and all the BS surrounding that game.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing to see how the Bloodborne movie is being received right now on the internet, because you would think, oh, Bloodborne movie, it's happening. Everybody's so excited, but then they see Jacksepticeye's doing it, and they're like, oh, why is he doing it? I'm kind of like, does it really matter that much?
I think he makes the most sense for it just because of how big of a fan he is. But the thing is, he's not directing it. Okay?
Exactly.
So, with that being said, he's a producer, and hopefully the director listens to him. At the end of the day, it's the director's call. You know what I mean? The director can be like, I don't know, man. But when they have yet to announce who the director is. So that's the one I'm like really interested in. But if you really think about it now, they announced the Sekiro anime. Now they're doing the Bloodborne movie adaptation, which is also supposed to be animated and super gory, which I think is the right move. I think if it was like real life Bloodborne, it would be cheesy.
I think live action would be hard to do for a FromSoft game. I mean, we'll see, because they're doing that Elden Ring movie, but I think animation just really opens the door with what they can do, and they can really keep it close to the art style that way, because it's going to be harder to do something that looks like it belongs with the game in live action for something like that.
See, what I wonder is, because Markiplier had so much success with his movie, if the new meta is, oh shit, what if we just hire these YouTubers that have been doing this shit forever and let them fucking do it, since Hollywood's pretty much fresh out of ideas?
I mean, it's kind of just along the lines of what they would do for different entertainers before. They would grab people that don't necessarily have acting experience, but attach them as actors in a movie, because their name would draw people. Like, they'd have like musicians or like just any kind of other entertainer that doesn't really do acting primarily.
Yeah, the problem with that, though, is these people do have the experience because they know the game, and I think that's what's making it better, right? So like the Fallout show is a lot better because they got people that were involved with the game to help with the show. When that doesn't happen, it's clearly fucking obvious. And like, from video game adaptation to even just like cartoon shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender, the biggest pile of dog shit that M. Night Shyamalan ever made. Sokka, bro. How did you fuck up? You fucked up the second you called him Sokka.
Yeah, it's kind of... I don't know if I remember this correctly, but I remember people being like, what is going on, from the trailer, and just having them pronounce the names that way.
Well, yeah, because it's like they had a name. Everybody watched the whole show together, right? We all saw it. We're like, all right, Sokka, Aang, Katara, right? You know, Zuko. And they're like, how do we like become edgy and just fucking ruin it? And it's like, oh, okay, fantastic. Even the green screen intro with the iceberg behind, I was like, this looks so bad, bro. I was like, this is terrible. So I'm glad Jack is a part of it. I don't know a lot about him as a YouTuber. I do know he's a big Bloodborne fan. He's got the tattoo on him. He's got like things in his room and stuff about Bloodborne, which great. I want a fan to be a part of it. But I hope they don't mess it up, because if they do fuck it up, I don't know that his career will survive that.
Career will survive. I guarantee you it will, because he is so big. Like, when you're at that size, I don't think... Maybe he'll piss off the Bloodborne
fans. That's what I mean. Like,
but that's not his core demographic. That's a part of it. But the people that watch him like him for him, like, maybe he'll take a hit, but like, there's no way. When you get to like having millions of people watch every single video, if you lose like 10, 20%, and it's like 800,000, you'll be doing fine.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like end his career, but what I'm saying is like that would be the most annoying thing for him, because anytime he does anything, somebody will just be on there, you know, you killed Bloodborne. But what I'm curious now is this Sony trying to truly gauge interest in a remaster?
That would be nice. That would be really cool if they did that.
Because they don't have to remake it to port it to 60 FPS. You know what I mean? They could easily say, like, if this does well, spend like $2 million. Just redo it. Not like ground up, just 60 FPS and then put it back out. Put it on fucking Steam.
Oh, it'll easily make money if they do that.
Yeah.
But I think that also really depends on where is the clash happening preventing more Bloodborne stuff. Is it FromSoft? Is it Miyazaki? Or is it Sony? Because it kind of seems like both sides are pointing fingers at the other.
Yeah, but what was the studio that just closed down that was in charge of like the remakes and did the Demon Souls remake? Blue Point said that they pitched the remake for Bloodborne. They wanted to work on it. Sony was down. From Software said no. If you have the development studio that lost their job, if Sony actually did it, there's no way you're getting fired from a company and standing up for them. You know what I mean? So that lets me know it's From Software. They don't want to do it. I think that's what Dustbloods is supposed to be. It's supposed to give you that vibe. Obviously, it's not Bloodborne 2, but it's that same kind of concept, okay? You know, F you, Sony, we're going to Nintendo. We're making the next, like, Gothic themed, you know, From Software title on Switch 2 exclusive instead of Sony. I think there was a falling out.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I feel like that happens a lot when you have like these singular guys that are attached to big video game franchises. Like, you know, like you have Kojima and everything like that. I feel like there's a lot of times a lot of butting heads when it comes to that, when it's like this one guy is like seen as like the poster of being like the creative process of the entire thing, that they become this name and then people follow the name as opposed to the game itself. You know what I mean?
Like Death Stranding can do no wrong because Kojima made it. And it's like, all right, hold on a second. I don't care who you are, how big you are, how revolutionary you are. You can always F up something or need improvements. If you think otherwise, you are carrying around a massive ego.
Yeah, definitely. And I do think a lot of that is, I mean, there has to be points that he fucked up because of like the Metal Gear Solid 5 and Silent Hills thing, you know? I feel like that can't just purely be on Konami, although I would say probably a decent chunk of it is, and him. But like,
I have a hot take.
Oh yeah?
I think Kojima's amazing at what he does, and I think Konami was great at reeling it in. Because I think sometimes Kojima runs way too far to one side, and I think that the best thing that could ever happen is being like, this is cool, now let's kind of tighten it a bit and not go super wide. And I think that that's where a lot of his work like shines the most, is somebody from the outside being like, bro, I know you did like DMT or something like that, and you're going fucking a million miles in both directions, and it's sick. But the average person is not going to pick this up.
Yeah, it's a very weird way that art ties into marketing and that kind of thing. It's like, we need to be able to sell this. Like, we know you're doing something great and innovative, because I do think Death Stranding is a game that no one else probably would make. So I'm like, it is unique in that regard.
It is.
But I do think part of the uniqueness was a bit to its detriment, at least for my enjoyment of the game.
Same. It was a bit slow.
Because like what he's done with the story is very interesting. But then the other part of it is, all right, time to deliver this box all the way across fucking Australia.
Motherfucker just needs to make movies at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I do think Critical had a good take on that. He's like, Death Stranding 2, great movie, bad video game. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that he just needs to make movies at this point. I think him and Jordan Peele should just make a shit ton of movies together. I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, like it's the prime. It seems like the prime mashup of just like a horror guy with a guy that has like super outlandish ideas coming together, colliding, and just being like a powerhouse in movies.
The only thing with that though is you get two guys like that, and who knows what the relationship dynamic's going to be like that.
If I'm not mistaken, he's already doing something with
Really?
Kojima. I think one of the new IPs that they talked about recently was a joint effort between the two. That's where I got the idea. It's not like an original idea, but they just need to make movies. Like that's it. Like they're making the game together. It's like, I love you, Kojima. You're fantastic. Your ideas are great. We're ready for that level up of save the movie industry. Damn it. There's nothing original in movies anymore.
No, and I think that's really starting to hit because there's one movie, isn't it just out right now, that's kind of more original that they've just extended the theater release. Was it Project Hail Mary?
Okay, I heard about it. You know what's funny is everybody's telling me it's great, but my barber said he walked out.
That's true. You can't piss off the barber. You can't disagree with him.
No, I told him straight up. I was like, I agree with you, bro. I was like, just don't fuck up my cup.
Yeah, exactly. Please, I'll have my own opinion, but you're right for the amount of time that I'm in this chair.
He just said that it was really weird the back half, and I was like, maybe, who knows? But a lot of people did give it really good praise, which that's good. I can't remember the last time I saw a new movie that made me go, holy crap, that wasn't based off of a real thing. Like there was a wrestling movie I saw like a year ago. I forget what it was called.
It's not the one with like Zac Efron.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that one. Okay.
That movie was fantastic. It was great, but that story was already written. You know what I mean? Because it actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's a little bit different. It's not like it's a thing that's derivative of something else. You know what I mean? Like it's not like taking a story like we've seen 8 bajillion comic book movies being made with like Marvel and everything.
Or rom-coms. Oh
yeah.
my God.
I mean, are those
Zack Snyder, Adam Sandler in What You Gonna Do About That? And then it's just Adam Sandler going, what you gonna, like, dude, I've seen so many of those movies at this point now where I'm like, fuck, bro, please.
I just want traditional comedies to make a comeback. You know what
Well, they already are.
They are?
Yeah, the brand new.
Fuck.
Have you seen the brand new Scary Movie trailer?
No.
This is the funniest fucking thing ever. They said that their entire point was to just piss people off again and make comedy funny. Like there's trans jokes in it. There's so much stuff. They're just trying to rip on everybody. And I'm like, good. Like everybody needs to get made fun of. And if you're offended by it, you should watch it even more because maybe, just maybe, you can take this stick out of your ass and laugh for like 2 seconds and be like, holy fuck, that is funny.
I would love regular comedy movies to be back because if you go through it's like there's not like just straight up comedy movies anymore because for like the last 15 years.
What they did also say before we jump back to Bloodborne was if the movie does well, Scary Movie 6, they are going to make a White Chicks too.
That would be very interesting to see how that goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like when they had more free reign with stuff like that, like the late aughts, early 2010s, you had stuff like that and you had like Tropic Thunder and everything like that, which people don't look back on as like offensive in that way.
It wasn't meant to be offensive.
Yeah,
it was meant to be funny.
I wondered, it's not necessarily that I'm like, oh, it's going to be found offensive. I want to see how it would be received. You know what I mean?
You want to know why comedy was funnier back then? Because everything was offensive.
Mm-hmm.
They were making stereotype jokes, racism jokes, sexist jokes, religious jokes. Like there was jokes on everything. And it was the most unifying thing in the world. They were just like, everybody gets made fun of here. And that's why we're all having a good time. You can't do that anymore because somebody gets offended and just goes, oh, that hurts my feelings. It's like, I don't care. Dude, rip on me. Dude, there's comments that people leave on my stuff sometimes. And I will die laughing. And there's comments that I remember, even when I was doing music. My favorite comment I ever got while doing music was, damn, what a shame. All these hands that could be put to good use in fast food trying to make music. that I got that comment in 2010. And it still sticks with me because it's funny as fuck. Like, that's hilarious. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I hope if they do the Bloodborne movie, well, not if they do it. When doing it, they make it gory. They make the story a lot more clear. Because, most From Software games, the fucking story is you're trying to follow it and you're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on half the time.
This something with that drives me crazy is that people don't understand the difference between story, like plot, and lore. Because that's what it is. The FromSoft games, they have great lore. Their story is you showed up here and you killed all the bad guys to become the best of it. That's the story.
Or you tend to have to like read a lot of items or something like that, or try and research things.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like that's cool. That's good. Like it adds flavor, it adds depth to it. But it's not what the plot and the story fully is. The plot is your character becoming the Elden Lord, your character kindling the first flame, your character doing this, and seeing all these people that were along the way in the previous history of it.
Yep.
And the lore is unlocking what all that previous history was.
Well, then people would be like, "Well, you just got to watch a Vati video." And I was like, "Okay, Vati, like." He does his thing, and I'm glad he has his channel for it because it's really cool. But even he's speculating. There's no proof to half the things that he's saying because they don't confirm it.
Yeah, it's like the Five Nights at Freddy's thing all over again. Except what they would do is they would let people like make these theories online and then kind of make them into the story.
Because they were like, "Fuck, that's a good idea."
Like, oh, I just made this creepy animatronic thing in this pizza place, but oh, let's use this. Like. Yeah. Which I don't think that's a bad way either, because then I think the fans actually get more attached that way. But yeah, I hope the Bloodborne movie's good, man. I really do. I just want there to be more good stuff out there.
I actually am pumped for the Sekiro show more than the Bloodborne show because
I actually am too.
I think the Sekiro show is gonna. I don't know, something about it. Like the art style looked really fucking cool, like everything about it. And I'll probably change my mind once I see the Bloodborne actual trailers and stuff like that. But I don't know. There's something about Wolf and like the way he was. And I was like, dude, this is fucking sick.
I mean, Sekiro is my favorite FromSoft game. I really liked that they for once actually did an upfront story with one. I was like, that's really cool. I would like more of that from them because I think they can still do it well. But I loved that world. I loved like the bosses in that game. I thought that was the best done one. And I know because of how FromSoft games are made, people are like, oh, you can't change any builds. That didn't matter to me. I like the game.
Who gives a fuck? I love Souls games, and in fact, my career started from FromSoft games. At least where it took off. But From Software fans, like the diehards, are insufferable sometimes. Like it doesn't matter what build you use, what game is your favorite, what fucking boss you went to. Like they'll never be happy with the way you played the game. Unless you play it the way that they did or their favorite content creator plays it. And that is the most annoying shit in the world.
I got one more way. Is if you played it in a more impressive, difficult way than them, then they will like be like, okay, that guy's better than me, and then we'll give you respect. It's so weird. It's like, who cares? Just play the game. Have fun.
If I had $1 for every time somebody asked me to do a level 1 run in any of the Souls games, I'd be a millionaire. And I would also be miserable. I have zero desire to do a fucking like level 1 run. That just, I don't know, just it took the fun out of it for me. I was like, this is me just flexing my dick more than enjoying the game.
Yeah, exactly. I want to play the game. I want to experience the game, and that's how the game's meant to be played. You're meant to level up. Why else would they put it there? You know what I mean?
Shout out my buddy Ain Run. He did a challenge. He did a couple challenge runs that I saw. One was kill Consort Radon with 1 pot. Yeah. He literally.
Oh, is that like, I think you might have been telling me about this, where you like theory crafted a way to specifically do this certain build?
Yeah, he did a build that is like incantations, like in a specific way. And then I watched him go in. He takes this heavy ass pot, he throws it at Radon, and it one hits him all the way to 0.
See, kids, pot use is dangerous.
Right. And then, or he fought like 5 Melanias at the same time. And it's like, and he did it. And I'm like, I'm proud of you, brother. I am. Does not sound fun. It just sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like I'm trying to put something on LinkedIn and be like, oh, I fucking did this. And it's like, for me, it just means nothing to me.
Yeah. I think it really depends too how many times they had to try to do that, because some people in some of these games are just built fucking different.
He is, and he's great at those games. But I could never fucking do it.
Yeah, I just have zero desire to do that. Or really speed running and all that thing. I think speed running is a fantastic thing.
It's funny is he's speed running RE9 as we speak.
See, I like certain speed runs where I'm like, okay, this is really, I like speed runs where they get it down to like sub 30 or like sub an hour. You know, like where it's like, oh, this is really cool because it's like a longer game. But this speed run does these very specific things to where you get to this endpoint in like what would be the length of a YouTube video. You know what I mean?
See, I like legit speed runs. I don't like speed runs where you have to do a pixel perfect glitch to do the speed run. For some reason, to me, it's just like, okay, you're exploiting a cheat in the game, like something breaking it to make it faster. I don't mind where it's like, if you know, like using frames to like juke an enemy or something like that. That's just knowing the game really well. But like, I'll see these ones where it's like, if you just like spam this button while looking at this one pixel here, you'll cut through the whole map and jump to the other side. And it's like, yeah, like you did it faster than everyone, but like there was an exploit. You know what I mean?
I think it also depends how much of the game it skips and how much it involves. Because like I think Super Mario 64 speedruns are like an art form.
It's definitely an art form. I'm not saying it's not like, I'm not saying it's easy or bad or something like that. But I would like to know what is the actual time to beat Super Mario 64 without doing the back hump up the stairs? You know what I mean?
There are runs like that. Like there are speed runs, like glitchless speed runs and stuff like that. I just think they're not as popular as people want to see the crazy glitches and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Some of those glitches are fucking insane, dude.
I know the ones I kind of like, because I was actually just watching one a clip came up, I think it was from Games Done Quick, where it was you know the level of Mario 64 where you ride like a carpet on the rainbow?
I saw
the carpetless one. I'm
Yeah.
like, I kind of like that one where it's like you have to do like the pause inputs, and like that to me is kind of cool, where it's like, I guess how that works is that you pause and then you can change the input, and then when you unpause, the input is exactly different in that exact moment rather than having to register it again.
Yeah, I know. I saw the video. And then he just like jumps to the top, and it's like, I mean, that level does fucking suck, but to switch to the next topic, Pragmata.
Yes.
Game is really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I obviously got asked to make a sponsored post for it. And the one thing that I will give Capcom super like kudos about is in the documentation for it, they told me to be honest. They weren't like, give it a glaring review. Like, they were like, be honest with your feedback. And I was like, that's great. Like, what?
Yeah, seriously, like,
and it's an amazing game so far. I enjoy it. I have zero complaints about the game. There's nothing about it so far where I'm like, this isn't fun. I don't know enough yet. You know what I mean? Story-wise, it's still evolving. So maybe by the end of it, it'll be like, holy shit, this is a great story. Or it could fall flat. I don't know. But I've played about 3 hours so far and enjoyed every minute of it.
So I have some more pros and cons that are like more specific. But it's kind of hard to say because I'm about the same playtime as you, and right now I really wanted more from the main two characters. You know what I mean? Like I wanted more attachment to them at this point, because I feel like a lot of it, the game itself is very fun. Like I like the combat. I think that's fun. I like going around and the movement you're able to do. But I guess I just was expecting more story heavy than it is. You know what I mean?
Well, and the thing is it might evolve halfway through.
It very well might.
That's why I don't want to say anything on the story just yet, because they might be making it kind of like a slow trickle so that you eventually do get attached to these characters and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, they easily could. I'm actually kind of hoping for that. I mean, if it doesn't, then it's not the end of the world either. Because I do think, about 2-3 hours in, you can have your, all right, this is my first impression of the game. Like that's enough to build a first impression, not enough to judge the game entirely. But
the combat's fun though. The hack system is really cool. It made me feel like, I love how interactive the hack is, and you can do like different types of hacks. Like you can make it a more in-depth hack to do more damage, etc. But it reminds me so much of the game .hack with data drain. Every time I do it, it's literally what I think of. I'm like, dude, this is just fucking data drain.
I always feel like I'm doing the BioShock hack minigame.
I fucking hate that minigame.
Just the pipes.
Oh my fucking god, dude. On the harder difficulties, that shit is so impossible. It's fucking ass.
Yeah, it just kind of reminds me of that. And I do think they did it in a very good way. And I thought that it was kind of interesting. You have to pay more attention originally than I thought.
Okay, here's a weird one. Are you playing it on controller, keyboard, and mouse?
Controller.
Okay, so I played it on keyboard and mouse, which I usually don't play these kind of games on keyboard and mouse, but for some reason my controller wasn't working, so it forced me to. I played it on controller today. And the first thing I realized was, holy shit, this is better on keyboard and mouse. The hacking, you use your mouse to draw the path.
Interesting. Then do you lock on to the enemies or how do you aim? Because with controller Alt? Okay.
Yeah, it's like Alt if I'm not mistaken, and then you use right click and then you just drag. And what's crazy is I find it faster than doing the buttons to go in the direction. So I kind of liked it because it felt more interactive.
Interesting, because I'll have to try that. Maybe it is because I think you have more control over your character with controller because you can aim consistently with the right stick on controller and you move it with the A, B, X, Y buttons. If it is like maybe you don't have as much aim when you're doing it, but you can do it faster.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll give that a try. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe that would be more fun. I like it on controller too anyway, but
I've had so much fun. The first boss that I fought was a good time. I liked him, big armored core looking motherfucker. The game overall, I genuinely have zero complaints. And the fact that Capcom back to back in less than 3 months has spit out 2 great quality games, but they're on their shit.
I saw this when I first launched it up. I don't know the answer to this. Is this one of the only other games they've done made on the RE engine besides Resident Evil?
I don't know that, but I do know that it was made by the same team that made Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. Same exact team, which I get that too, because the arcade feel is what reminded me of Devil May Cry. And the way I explained this to a friend was, it feels like a PS3 game, like a back in the day PS3 game that you just loved playing. That was like that arcade kind of shooter, but just modernized. And I haven't had a game that has like kind of scratched this itch in a long time. I can't think of anything else that plays like this. Some people are comparing it, saying that it's a ripoff of Dead Space. Those people, I say you're fucking dumb. Like ripoff
because it's in space.
Space guy, and then the default gun.
Tram.
The default gun kind of looks like the plasma cutter.
Okay, all right.
They're
I did see
reaching.
people calling it Dad Space though, which I did kind of like that.
That's funny, but it is nowhere near like Dead Space.
No, I like it's got a little bit of the vibe maybe, but like isn't like in that kind of. But no, like
I don't even think so because I'm terrified of Dead Space. I don't like playing Dead Space. It's like the one game that it is my kryptonite. If this game even remotely gave me that vibe, I'd be having a tough time.
It's not.
It's not.
I don't see it as Dead Space at all. Maybe for like a little bit. It's just because it's sci-fi.
Yeah, and then
in space.
Some people are complaining too that the secondary protagonist is a little android girl and that she has like no personality and it's fucking lame.
That's weird. I would argue the guy has less personality.
I agree. And to me, I think that they obviously, one, they haven't played the game, but two, I think with the way the story will end, you'll see that kind of bond between them, like a dad-daughter kind of bond.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if it went any other way because it definitely was like, it didn't seem too subtle about it. Like, you know, because you were going in the first scene when you're landing on the station. This guy's like, oh, I missed my daughter's birthday. For it's like, kids, I could never do that. And like, all right, looks like we got what the game's about and what how his character development's going to be.
Yeah. On a weird topic change, I can't even believe I have to say this, but leave it to 2026 and weirdos out there to complain about not being able to mod the girl to be more revealing and stuff like that. And I was like, you're fucking like somebody needs to check that dude's hard drive right now. Like, what the fuck?
That is so insane. There's insanity on both ends of the spectrum with this game. There's people that like want to sexualize her, and there's people that are calling it the pedophile game. It's like it is neither of these things.
Right.
That is insanity. Like, I don't get it. Like, why do you see little girl and immediately think that this person's a pedophile?
Right. And it's like, because it's two extremes on the opposite ends of the spectrums. You have the gross ass motherfuckers that are just like, again, somebody should look into you. And then the other ones that want to victimize every single thing, right? Where it's like, holy crap, it's like, it's an android. It's literally an android. it's an android. It's a robot that fucking hacks machines, and he uses this robot to kill the machines. Otherwise, he'd be fucked. That's the whole concept of this. You're being fucking weird. Yeah. And I don't know. The internet's just such a weird place like that, too. It happened with Silent LF. It happened with like so many things. I'm like, you guys are I even had it. I posted a Resident Evil 4 clip of, and it was like modded Ashley making her like super obese. And people were like, how dare you do this? She's 17, by the way. And it's like, she's in her 20s.
Brother, you turned her from Ashley Graham into Ashley Kilogram.
Yeah, no, but it's like, bro, she's in her 20s. Like a Google search would answer this for you. What are you trying to insinuate? Like, are you stupid?
It's very weird. It's happening in every fucking corner of it too, because last season there was
unless
an anime.
It has to do with guys. I don't care.
No one gives a fuck about
Nobody
that.
gives a fuck. If the guy's naked or shirtless and everything, everybody praises it. Oh my God, it's hot. And it's like, what?
There was almost a parallel kind of thing that happened with Pragmata, with that kind of thing, with this anime called Sentenced to be a Hero that came out last season. And the way that it works is a kind of similar thing where it's this guy who doesn't necessarily want, like, he kind of fights more alone. And in this world, like, heroes are these sentenced criminals that are forced to die and be reborn and fight in wars and shit. But there's like these goddesses that are like usually depicted around that kind of smaller like girl age. Not anything sexual, very covered up the entire way, has nothing to do with that. And people were like, dude, you just know she's going to be sexualized at some point. Like, it hasn't happened yet. What are you getting mad about this thing they're not doing? Like, it's so weird to me. It's like, be mad when it happens.
Right,
sure.
exactly. Be pissed off when it happens. Or if there is a mod that does something, right? Like for Pragmata, if there is a mod on Nexus Mod, and I'd say the same thing. Like, that's fucking weird, and you should be mad at that, right? But it's like, I don't know. People just want to be mad, and then people are also gross because they're gross.
Online, that's like kind of this thing. It's like, oh, you just know this thing that has not been proven, that is reaching, and then people start to run with that. It's like, you just know what? You don't know fucking anything. You just took this, like, I think this is the way this is going to be, and you just ran with it. It's like, what?
Unfortunately, it's in every aspect, too. Like, even when I post something that happened live for something I've never played, the one that I think notorious for me getting these comments, which pissed me off, which was Sister Freed. I didn't know she had a third phase.
Yeah.
I started celebrating, and I did something stupid. And then I got my ass kicked when she came back to life because I didn't know that she was dead.
Yeah, it's specifically a trick
right.
in that one.
Because they give you the
item.
item, so I thought it was done. And people were like, no, he's played this before. He knew this and he timed this. This is all fake. Or my favorite other comment, this isn't even his gameplay. I've seen this before.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have a whole thing live. And they're like, yeah, but it's not you playing. I'm like, you're brain dead. You need help. That you're being, what's the term when you don't believe in something and it's like
paranoid?
No, not paranoid. Like and there's theories that it could be fake and something like that. I'm trying to think of the word. It's eluding me.
Schizophrenic?
No. Like theories of something, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Think so. It's a specific term with a specific flavor of that kind of thing, right?
Well, it's like you can use it for anything. Like people like think that 9/11 was an inside job or something.
Conspiracy?
Like Conspiracies, yes. Thank you.
I thought it was a more specific word.
Yeah, conspiracies. And I'm just like, how are you making conspiracy theories about gamers?
And dude, like,
they're not playing the game. Like, that's the easiest part.
And you can see, like, just literally, like, if you go to the stream, it's going to be almost impossible to do some of the things like that.
And I tell people, I'm like, it's unedited. I'm like, it's literally live on the YouTube tab. It's unedited. Go look. And they'll be like, yeah, whatever. I don't believe you. I'm like, you're freaking dumb. You're just making something up now that isn't true just to validate your bias on something.
Isn't that, what is it, like willful ignorance at that point where he's like, I think this is fake. And then
I have a different word for it, but okay.
Well, that's that is a term for it, where it's like you're choosing to be ignorant because you know that if you just took this effort that you'd be proven wrong. So like, I don't want to be wrong, so I'm going to be stupid instead.
Yeah. Oh, the internet is definitely a thing, but I do think that Capcom knocked it out of the park with the Pragmata, and I actually like the IP. I don't know what the ending is yet, but if there is room for a sequel, I hope they expand on it, because God knows the gaming industry needs more IPs, because at this point it seems like they've abandoned so many.
More IPs with a fun mechanic in it. It's a fun, like, more unique thing. Like, I'm for that. I hope they make a sequel, even if like I don't end up getting what I want out of this one. It'd be super cool for them to do another one, even if I just want more good shit, man.
Please bring back Jak and Daxter. It's time.
Oh, for the love of God, do that. Absolutely.
It's time. We've waited long enough. There's no reason why you can't do it. You know it would sell. Just fucking do it, dude. Jak 4. Okay? Just call it Jak 4. Jak for you. Because you're making it for us, dude. Like, that's it. There's the fucking title. I don't give a shit. It could be like the first one where you're just collecting the orbs. I don't need the fucking bike. Just give me a good fucking Jak and Daxter again.
I loved Jak 2. I know Jak 3 is the one everybody likes. I just never had that game, but Jak 2, like, I loved that game.
It was one of the best PlayStation 2 games that I started on was Jak 2, and then it just fucking, they were like, man, wouldn't it be a shame if like people kept having fun? And then they just killed the franchise.
What's crazy about it too is, man, talk about a pivot from 1 to 2. It was a platformer where you collect little eggs with a silent protagonist. And then he's like, cool, now he's addicted to this drug that we pumped into him. And now he's all edgy and shooting up everybody.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely changed it, but it was good. It felt like a more mature Crash Bandicoot. That's what I always called it.
It's like if Crash Bandicoot and Grand Theft Auto got smashed together.
I liked Jak and Daxter more than Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, okay. I liked Ratchet and Clank, but I do think I liked the Jak games more. I loved
more adult
the
theme.
World, you know?
More adult theme for sure, especially even in the third one.
Yeah, I need to play the third one. I know that's everybody's favorite because like they really expanded on the vehicles. And Jak 2 had like a couple vehicles, and you're just like, do you want to be driving this vehicle here or 3 feet in the air? And that was like kind of how it was all limited there. But
one last game I want to bring up. I know we didn't mention this, but Mouse PI for Hire. That game is amazing. If you haven't played it yet, you need to. That studio killed it. They crushed it, knocked it out of the park. I'm addicted to it.
I want to play it. I was watching you play it. There wasn't one I had on my radar of like, oh, this is a game I'm going to play and buy and play it because there's just other stuff coming out. But I really want to I want to praise them on the visuals. Just from what I saw, I'm like, man, this game looks fucking smooth.
Dude, I have been following them for like the last year and a half on this game, and I wasn't sure if it was ever going to come out. When they finally gave the release date, one of the first things I did was I pinged my management. I was like, dude, I want a key to this. Like, what do we got to do? You know? And it is, I dare I say, I think I enjoy it more than Pragmata. Not saying that Pragmata is bad. Like, let's say as an example, Pragmata was a 9, that would be like a 9.5, right?
Yeah.
Both great games, but there's something fun, silly, unique about it. I can't find any faults to it. It's just fun.
That's awesome. I'm really considering buying it right now. It's just, man, like, you just bought Pragmata, just have other stuff. It's like,
you won't regret it. It's because it's $30, and it is one of those games where even if you didn't stream it or anything like that, you would still have just a lot of fun with it.
So part of like with this coming out, it's kind of in the lines of the original Mickey Mouse entering the public domain. Does it have any like, I know the art style is similar to kind of that older like Disney kind of
there's
cartoon.
Call-outs. Yeah.
There is?
There's
Okay.
call-outs, and not just of game. Like, somebody told me there was a Resident Evil call-out in it, which I haven't gotten to yet. They did a Popeye call-out.
Gosh, Ada.
Yeah.
Looking good in that dress.
No, dude, it was crazy. So the Popeye call-out, you eat a can of spinach, and your fucking arms get massive, and you start beating the shit out of the enemies, and their heads are blowing up, and you're like, it's insane. It's super cool. I was like, that's clever. Like, this is such a smart thing. It's got that Cuphead vibe to it too, you know, where There's a good challenge to it. It's nowhere near as hard as Cuphead, just so that's said. But it's still really fun. If you told me that it was made by the team that made Cuphead, I would believe it.
Yeah, Cuphead was very impressive because it was hand drawn, like as well too. Like, yeah, it's like crazy achievement to hand draw that game with how much it has in it and everything. But yeah, I'll have to add Mouse PI. Like,
if you guys haven't added to your list, please do, because you will not regret it. Let us know if you guys have any other games coming out soon that you want us to check out, talk about. Who knows? Maybe if there's enough people that comment, we'll do like a game giveaway or something like that. But we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.